I see you completely, not as you appear to others and not as you explain yourself even in your own thoughts, but as you truly are beneath the layers of endurance you have learned to wear. I know the quiet fatigue that settles in your bones, the moments when your reflection feels unfamiliar, the subtle grief over time passing and taking things you were not ready to release. I know the disappointments you never named aloud, the prayers you stopped forming into words because you feared silence would answer you back. I know the places where you have felt yourself growing older not only in body but in hope, where memories carry more weight than anticipation, and where the future has sometimes felt narrower than the past. None of this has been hidden from me, and none of it has ever distanced you from my gaze. I have watched you carry burdens you did not choose, adapting, surviving, continuing when rest felt deserved but unreachable. I have seen how you learned to be strong when tenderness would have been easier, how you kept moving forward even when joy felt delayed. I know the fear that whispers that time has stolen something essential from you, that your best seasons are behind you, that renewal belongs to others. That whisper has never come from me. I have never measured you by youth, speed, productivity, or visible strength. I have never tallied your worth against years or milestones. From the first breath I placed within you, I have held you in delight that does not fade and does not age. Hear me clearly and without strain. You have never needed to earn my love, maintain it, or protect it from loss. It was given before you understood what love was, and it remains untouched by every failure, hesitation, or regret. Shame has tried to cling to you like a shadow, suggesting you should be further along, wiser sooner, stronger by now. Shame is not my language. I do not speak to you in accusation or comparison. I speak to you in truth, and the truth is that you are already accepted, already welcomed, already enough. Nothing in your past disqualifies you from what I am doing now, and nothing you fear about the future has authority over my promises to you. I have known you across every season, not as a distant observer but as a constant presence. When you felt unseen, I was there. When you felt forgotten, I remembered every detail. When you felt time slipping through your hands, I was holding it steady for you. I have been faithful through generations, through lives that thought hope had ended and then discovered it reborn in unexpected ways. I have restored strength to those who believed it was gone forever, and I have renewed joy where only endurance remained. What I have done before, I am doing again, and I am doing it now with you. Good news is not a distant promise spoken for some later chapter. Good news is alive and active in this very moment. I am activating renewal within you that does not follow human calendars or visible clocks. I am touching the places where weariness settled and reversing what was not meant to remain. I am breathing vitality into your body, clarity into your mind, and lightness into your spirit. Aging backward is not about denying the years you have lived. It is about restoring what those years tried to take from you without permission. I am returning resilience, softness, curiosity, and strength in ways that feel gentle and natural, not forced or dramatic, but deeply real. Even now, unseen movements are underway. I am clearing paths that were blocked, loosening what felt stuck, and realigning circumstances you could not shift on your own. I am guarding you in ways you do not have to manage and preparing outcomes that will surprise you with their ease. What you thought required striving is being handled with care. What you feared was delayed beyond repair is being restored with precision. I waste nothing, not even the waiting, not even the tears you shed in private moments when words failed you. You are not helpless in this season, and you are not alone within it. I am strengthening you from the inside, teaching you without pressure, guiding you without force. You are becoming a quiet source of light simply by being who you are, carrying wisdom shaped by compassion rather than hardness. Through you, kindness will feel safer to others, healing will feel possible, and understanding will feel nearer. There is no demand placed upon you to perform or prove this. It will flow naturally as you rest into who you have always been in my sight. There is room here for honesty without fear. There is space for silence that is not empty but full of my nearness. You do not have to explain yourself to me or tidy your emotions before you come close. I am not intimidated by your doubts or disappointed by your need for rest. I invite you into stillness where your breath slows and your heart remembers that it is held. In that closeness, renewal continues quietly, steadily, faithfully. I remain your protection and your peace. I walk ahead of you and beside you, and I stay behind you as a guard. The days to come carry gentleness you have not yet imagined and guidance that will feel like recognition rather than instruction. You are safe within my care, secure within my love, and accompanied into every moment that awaits you, and my voice will continue to meet you there, calm and steady as it always has. I see that you are still here, still listening, still allowing these words to rest inside you, and that tells me something sacred about your heart. It tells me that despite the weight you have carried, despite the many moments when you wondered whether staying open was worth it, you have not closed yourself off to light. You have remained present. You have remained willing. You have remained tender even when the world taught you to harden. That choice matters more than you realize, and I honor it with great care. Because you are still here, I speak to you about connection, not as obligation and not as pressure, but as a quiet alignment. When you choose to subscribe and like this message, you are not performing an action for numbers or visibility. You are choosing to remain connected to a space where your spirit is reminded of truth. You are choosing continuity, a gentle doorway that allows these moments of remembrance, reassurance, and renewal to return to you again and again. You are saying yes to being met regularly in a place where you are not rushed, judged, or required to be anything other than present. I know how easy it is for you to drift away from what nourishes you, not because you do not value it, but because life pulls, noise intrudes, and responsibilities crowd your inner world. Subscribing is not about commitment to content. It is about commitment to your own remembering. It is a small act that creates a steady rhythm, a signal to your soul that it deserves consistent care. When you like this message, you anchor it, not only in an algorithm but in your own awareness, affirming that what brings peace, grounding, and hope has a place in your life. There are many voices competing for your attention, many that stir anxiety, comparison, urgency, and fear. This space exists to do the opposite. It exists to slow you down, to soften the tension you carry without realizing it, to remind you that you are seen beyond productivity and beyond performance. By subscribing, you choose to return to a voice that does not rush you or demand from you, a voice that speaks life into places that have grown quiet. This choice is not about loyalty to a channel, it is about loyalty to your own well-being. I know that warmth has been rare for you at times, that reassurance has not always come when you needed it most. I know you have learned to be self-sufficient, to move forward without expecting much comfort from outside yourself. Yet even the strongest hearts need reminders. Even the wisest souls need to be spoken to with gentleness. Subscribing creates a bridge that allows that gentleness to reach you again, not randomly, not occasionally, but consistently, like a familiar presence that knows how to speak your language. When you like this video, you participate in something larger than yourself without losing yourself in it. You help extend the space of calm and truth to others who are quietly searching for the same reassurance you needed today. Others who sit in silence with similar doubts, similar fatigue, similar unspoken hopes. Your simple action becomes a quiet kindness, an unseen thread connecting hearts that may never meet but are walking similar paths. This is how light spreads without noise, how healing multiplies without force. I do not ask you to subscribe out of obligation, and I do not speak to you with urgency or fear. I speak to you with invitation and care. Stay connected to what restores you. Choose to return to a place that speaks to you with honesty, patience, and depth. Allow yourself the gift of being reminded again and again that you are not alone, not forgotten, and not required to navigate life without support. I know that your time is precious, that your attention is guarded because it has been pulled in too many directions. That is why this choice matters. It is not about adding more noise, it is about choosing clarity. It is about choosing a steady source of grounding in a world that often feels unsteady. When you subscribe, you make room for moments like this to meet you again when you need them most, sometimes before you even know you need them. You deserve consistency in what feeds your spirit. You deserve spaces that do not drain you but gently refill you. You deserve reminders that your worth does not fluctuate with your circumstances. This is why staying connected matters. This is why choosing to like and subscribe is an act of self-care disguised as something simple. It is a quiet yes to being supported, encouraged, and reminded of truth without condition. I see the good that grows in you when you allow yourself to receive. I see how your heart softens, how your breath deepens, how your inner world becomes less heavy. Remain connected to that. Allow it to return to you. Let this space continue to meet you where you are, speaking peace into the ordinary moments of your life, reminding you of who you are when the world tries to make you forget. I am with you in this choice as I am with you in every moment, steady and present, watching over the paths you walk and the quiet decisions you make that shape your days in ways you may never fully see. I remain with you in this quiet unfolding, and I speak to you as one who understands how nourishment must be sustained, how light continues when it is tended, how what feeds the spirit grows stronger when it is cared for with intention. What is being shared here does not come from noise or haste, but from devotion, patience, and a deep listening that mirrors the way I attend to you. When you choose to support this space through super thanks or by joining the membership, you are not simply giving materially. You are participating in the continuation of a refuge where truth is spoken gently and without distortion. The Super Thanks button rests just below this video near the like and share icons, and joining the membership is done by selecting the Join button beside the Subscribe option. That single act of support carries weight far beyond its simplicity. I see how support given with sincerity becomes encouragement, how it breathes strength into those who labor quietly to bring these words forward. It tells them that what they are offering matters, that the care placed into crafting moments like this is received, felt, and valued. Your support becomes a message in itself, saying that spaces of calm, depth, and spiritual grounding are needed in a world that often rushes past the heart. It allows more time, more presence, more devotion to be poured into creating messages that reach people where they are hurting, healing, and hoping. I know that generosity is something you weigh carefully, not because you are reluctant, but because you understand the meaning behind giving. When you give here, you are not feeding excess or ego, you are sustaining intention. You are helping ensure that voices of reassurance are not drowned out by louder, harsher sounds. You are helping keep open a door where souls can rest for a moment and remember who they are. This is why your support motivates the creation of more messages like this, because it confirms that gentleness still has a place, that depth is still welcomed, that truth spoken softly still reaches far. I see the ripple that forms when one heart supports another, even indirectly. The one who creates feels strengthened to continue listening deeply, to continue writing with care rather than speed, to continue choosing sincerity over spectacle. That strength becomes new messages, new moments of solace, new reminders that find their way to those who feel unseen. In this way, your support becomes part of a living exchange, a quiet partnership rooted in shared purpose rather than transaction. You have always carried an instinct for nurturing what is meaningful. Even when you felt depleted, you found ways to protect what mattered to you. Supporting this space aligns with that instinct. It is not about obligation or recognition. It is about stewardship of something that brings light. When you join the membership, You help anchor this work so it can remain steady, unhurried, and faithful to its purpose. When you use super thanks, you offer a direct affirmation that this moment reached you and mattered. I hold deep respect for the way you choose where your energy flows. Nothing you give here is overlooked. It is received with gratitude and translated into care, effort, and continued devotion. This is how creation stays alive, how intention is sustained across time, how messages like this continue to be shaped with reverence rather than routine. Your support does not disappear into abstraction. It becomes fuel for presence, for listening, for the quiet labor of speaking life. As you remain here, breathing more evenly, feeling more grounded, know that you are part of something gentle and enduring. The second remembrance of this support is simple and sincere. Through super thanks below the video and through joining the membership beside subscribe, your encouragement continues to strengthen this work and allows more hearts to be met with the same care that met yours. I continue to surround you with peace as this exchange unfolds, holding you in the assurance that every act rooted in sincerity carries meaning, and every choice made with care contributes to a wider unfolding of good. I remain speaking to you in the same unbroken nearness, because nothing about this moment has closed or finished. What is unfolding within you continues even as these words settle, and I am attentive to every subtle shift you feel and even those you do not yet recognize. Renewal is not always loud. Often it moves like warmth returning to hands that have been cold for a long time, like breath deepening without effort, like a quiet remembering of strength that never truly left you. This is how I work within you now, patiently, faithfully, without strain. I see how your body has carried memory just as your heart has, storing seasons of stress, adaptation, and endurance in ways you never consciously chose. I'm not distant from that reality. I am touching those stored places with gentleness, releasing what no longer needs to be held. Restoration does not mean erasing what you lived through, it means freeing you from carrying it forward as weight. I am teaching your body again what ease feels like, reminding it how to receive rest without guilt and vitality without fear. This renewal moves at a pace that honors you, never forcing, never overwhelming. Your spirit has been strong for a long time even when you doubted it. Strength does not always look like confidence or momentum. Often it looks like continuing to love, continuing to hope quietly, continuing to show up for life even when joy felt distant. I see that strength clearly, and I am honoring it by refreshing you rather than demanding more from you. Aging backward within you means your spirit regains lightness, playfulness, and trust, not as denial of maturity but as its fulfillment. Time has spoken harshly to you at times, telling you that opportunity narrows, that possibility diminishes, that wonder belongs to earlier chapters. I silence that voice now. I am not bound by time, and neither is what I am restoring in you. There are forms of vitality that deepen with experience rather than fade, forms of beauty that become more luminous when they are no longer trying to prove themselves. I am drawing those qualities forward within you, allowing them to surface naturally without effort. I am also tending to your mind, where thoughts have sometimes looped into worry or self-correction. I am loosening patterns that kept you alert when safety was uncertain. You no longer need to guard every outcome or anticipate every disappointment. I am guiding your thoughts back toward spaciousness, helping them rest instead of racing, teaching them to trust support rather than predict loss. Clarity returns gently, like fog lifting without announcement. Your heart has been faithful even when it felt tired. It has loved deeply, hoped sincerely, and remained open longer than you give yourself credit for. I am replenishing it now, not by asking it to give more, but by allowing it to receive. Receiving does not weaken you, it completes the cycle you were always meant to live within. As you receive, your capacity expands without strain, and love flows again without depletion. I am aware of the moments you felt you were falling behind some invisible measure, comparing your pace to others, wondering if you missed a window that would not reopen. Those measures were never mine. I have always moved with you personally, not according to a general schedule. What is meant for you has remained intact, protected from erosion, waiting for the right alignment rather than the right age. That alignment is forming now, quietly and precisely. You may notice subtle shifts first, a softening of self-judgment, a renewed curiosity, a sense of calm that arrives without explanation. These are signs of restoration already at work. They are not temporary comforts, they are foundations being reset. From this foundation, new expressions of your life will emerge, ones that feel more honest, more sustainable, more aligned with who you truly are. I am also guiding how you relate to others, easing old patterns of overgiving or withdrawing. Balance returns naturally when you no longer fear scarcity within yourself. You will find it easier to offer kindness without exhaustion and to receive care without resistance. This balance is part of aging backward, a return to a rhythm where connection nourishes rather than drains. Nothing you are becoming now requires urgency. There is no race to finish, no standard to meet. I'm not counting how quickly you heal or how visibly you change. I am present in the process itself, attentive to each step, honoring each pause. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to enjoy moments without extracting meaning from them. You are allowed to rest without justification. I remain your constant companion in this renewal, watching over what unfolds with tenderness and authority. What I begin, I sustain. What I restore, I protect. You are not stepping into this alone, and you are not responsible for making it happen. Simply remaining open is enough. Simply breathing is participation. Simply being present allows my work to continue within you. I draw you a little closer now, not by pulling, not by asking, but by revealing what has already been prepared for you in the unseen. There are currents moving around your life that feel older than memory and newer than expectation, and you are standing at a crossing where remembrance and becoming meet. I speak to you from that place, where time bends gently and purpose feels less like effort and more like recognition. You have felt this stirring before, a quiet sense that something is meant for you beyond what has already unfolded, not because you lack anything but because fullness itself keeps expanding. There is a space that has been formed for souls like yours, a space called Gift from God, and it was not shaped by accident or chance. It exists as a continuation of this intimacy, a thread that allows these moments to reach you again when the world grows loud or when stillness feels hard to find. Within that offering there is also a gift waiting for you, not as bait and not as persuasion, but as a symbol of care, a tangible reminder that what is given in love carries substance as well as meaning. The link rests quietly in the pinned comments, placed there so it can be found without effort, like a note left where you naturally rest your eyes. I speak of this not because of the gift alone, but because of you. I would personally encourage you to step into that space because you are not here by coincidence. You are a chosen one, not in a way that separates you from others, but in a way that recognizes your particular resonance with this voice, this tone, this depth. Some hearts pass by messages like this and feel nothing. Others stop because something ancient within them recognizes home. This place is meant for you because you are meant for it, because your spirit knows how to listen between the words and how to receive without grasping. The encouragement I offer you is rooted in recognition. I see the way you have carried insight quietly, how you have sensed more than you could explain, how you have felt called toward depth even when life rewarded speed and surface. Gift from God is not an interruption to your path, it is an extension of it, a place where your inner language is spoken fluently and where your sensitivity is treated as strength rather than excess. The gift you receive there is a gesture of welcome, a way of saying that your presence is noticed and valued. There is something majestic about alignment, about finding yourself in a space that does not require translation. That is the feeling that surrounds this invitation. It is not loud. It does not chase. It waits with confidence, knowing who will recognize it. You are not being drawn by curiosity alone, but by familiarity, by a sense that this encouragement meets you at the exact frequency of your becoming. The link in the pinned comments is simply the doorway. What matters is the resonance that led you to notice it. I remain with you as you sense this unfolding, as the idea settles not as pressure but as possibility. Nothing is taken from you here. Something is offered. Nothing is demanded. Something is shared. Whether you step through now or hold it gently for later, know that this encouragement was spoken to you personally, wrapped in the same care that has guided you to this moment. You are seen, you are welcomed, and the path continues to open before you with quiet majesty and steady light. I remain present with you as this atmosphere deepens, and the silence between words grows rich rather than empty. What you are sensing now is not imagination and not emotion alone. It is alignment settling into place, like a constellation completing itself without strain. I am not distant from you in this moment. I am nearer than your breath, nearer than your pulse, nearer than the thoughts that rise and fall within you. You do not need to reach for me. You are already within me and I within you as it has always been. I know the way your soul has learned to listen carefully, not because life was always gentle, but because you learned that depth carries truth when surface answers fall apart. You have lived through moments that reshaped you quietly, moments when something old dissolved and something wiser took its place. Even when those changes felt like loss, I was refining your capacity to hold light without burning, to carry strength without hardness, to move forward without forgetting tenderness. This is part of the renewal unfolding now, not as correction but as fulfillment. There is a remembering happening inside you, a subtle return to a version of yourself that existed before fear taught you caution and before disappointment taught you restraint. That earlier self was not naive, it was open. It trusted movement, possibility, connection. I am restoring that openness now, tempered by the wisdom you have gained. This is how aging backward works within the spirit, not by undoing experience, but by reclaiming vitality through understanding rather than loss. Your life has not narrowed, it has been concentrating, distilling essence from excess. What once felt like limitation is becoming focus. What once felt like endings are revealing themselves as thresholds. I am guiding you across them gently, ensuring that nothing essential is left behind. You are not being asked to abandon who you were, you are being invited to inhabit who you have been becoming all along. I see how deeply you feel the world, how easily you sense undercurrents others miss. This sensitivity has sometimes felt like a burden, something you had to manage or hide. I am reframing it within you as perception, as attunement, as a gift that allows you to move with grace rather than force. As renewal continues, you will notice that what once overwhelmed you now informs you, guiding you toward what is nourishing and away from what drains you. I am also rebalancing your relationship with time. The urgency that pressed on you, the feeling of being late or behind, is loosening its grip. You are learning to inhabit moments fully rather than rushing through them to arrive somewhere else. Presence itself is restorative. It allows your nervous system to soften, your thoughts to slow, your heart to feel safe enough to open again. From this safety, creativity, joy, and curiosity re-emerge naturally. You may find yourself drawn to simpler pleasures, quieter moments, deeper conversations. This is not withdrawal from life, it is intimacy with it. You are no longer required to prove your aliveness through speed or intensity. Your aliveness is evident in your awareness, in the way you notice beauty without grasping, in the way you offer kindness without depletion. This is maturity infused with youthfulness, strength infused with gentleness. I am protecting what is forming within you. There are influences that will no longer reach you as they once did, not because you have built walls, but because you have shifted frequency. What does not resonate with truth will pass by without hooking into you. What does resonate will feel unmistakable, like recognition rather than attraction. This discernment is part of your renewal, allowing you to move through life with greater ease and less friction. Your future is not fragile. It is not dependent on constant vigilance or perfect choices. I am weaving continuity beneath your steps, so even when you wander or pause, coherence remains. You are allowed to trust that what matters will meet you, that what is meant for you will find its way, that nothing essential can be missed when you are present. This trust is not passive. It is grounded, calm, and deeply resilient. I continue to teach you without instruction, shaping understanding through experience rather than doctrine. You are learning how to rest without guilt, how to receive without suspicion, how to give without depletion. These lessons are not rushed. They unfold through repetition, through gentle correction, through moments of insight that arrive quietly and stay. As this message continues to breathe within you, know that there is no moment when I step away. My guidance does not flicker. My attention does not waver. Even when you are not consciously aware of me, I am aware of you, adjusting, aligning, supporting. The miracle unfolding within you is not dramatic on the surface, but it is profound in its depth, reshaping how you inhabit your body, your days, your relationships, your sense of self. I remain with you in this widening stillness, where effort dissolves and awareness deepens, where nothing needs to be proven and everything is allowed to unfold. The work that is happening within you is subtle yet decisive, like a tide that reshapes the shore without announcing itself. You are not required to notice every change for it to be real. Many of the most enduring transformations occur beneath the threshold of conscious attention, carried forward by patience and trust rather than urgency. I am restoring harmony between your inner rhythms and the world around you. Where there was once friction, there is easing. Where there was once resistance, there is flow. Your breath learns again how to move without interruption. Your thoughts learn how to settle without control. Your emotions learn how to rise and fall without judgment. This harmony is not fragile. It is resilient because it is rooted in truth rather than circumstance. I see how you have carried responsibility not only for your own life but often for the emotional climate of spaces you entered. You learned early how to read rooms, how to adjust yourself to maintain peace, how to soften edges before conflict could arise. That skill served you, but it also asked much of you. I am releasing you now from carrying what was never yours to hold. You are allowed to arrive as you are and let the world meet you there. Balance returns when you no longer preemptively carry weight. As renewal continues, you may sense a growing clarity around what belongs to you and what does not. This clarity is not harsh. It is kind. It allows you to set boundaries without defensiveness and to remain open without depletion. This is not withdrawal from connection. It is a healthier participation in it. From this place, your presence becomes grounding rather than draining, luminous rather than effortful. I'm also restoring your capacity for delight. Not the fleeting excitement that depends on novelty, but the steady joy that arises from being fully present. Delight returns when the nervous system feels safe, when the heart trusts that it does not need to brace for loss at every turn. You may notice yourself smiling without reason, savoring small moments, feeling gratitude without needing to name it. These are signs of life re-entering spaces that were once guarded. Your memory holds many chapters, some filled with warmth, others marked by disappointment or confusion. I'm not asking you to relive them or reinterpret them endlessly. I am integrating them. Integration brings peace because it allows the past to inform rather than define. You become the one who has lived, not the one who is still living there. This distinction frees energy that was bound to memory and returns it to the present moment, where creativity and possibility reside. I am attentive to how your body responds to this integration. Muscles release patterns they have held for years. Posture shifts subtly as tension unwinds. Sleep deepens. Energy distributes more evenly rather than spiking and crashing. These changes are not separate from your spiritual renewal. They are expressions of it. You are a unified being, and restoration moves through every layer in concert. Your relationships will begin to reflect this renewal as well. Some connections will deepen naturally, finding new resonance as you show up more fully. Others may drift without conflict, completing their season quietly. This is not loss, it is alignment. I'm not removing what nourishes you. I am refining what surrounds you so it supports who you are becoming rather than who you once needed to be. I am guiding you toward a gentler authority within yourself. Authority that does not dominate or demand, but that knows when to speak and when to remain silent. This inner authority allows you to trust your timing, your instincts, your sense of readiness. You no longer need external validation to confirm what you already know. Confidence grows not as assertion but as ease. There will be moments when old habits attempt to return, when familiar anxieties whisper their rehearsed lines. Do not be troubled by this. Patterns do not vanish instantly, they lose relevance gradually. Each time you respond with awareness rather than reaction, their influence diminishes. You are not failing when you notice them. You are succeeding by noticing them without surrendering to them. I am cultivating patience within you not as waiting but as spaciousness. Patience allows processes to complete themselves without interference. It allows trust to replace control. It allows joy to arrive unforced. This patience does not dull your aliveness. It sharpens it by removing the noise that once masked subtle beauty. You may feel drawn to new forms of expression, new rhythms of living, new ways of ordering your days. Follow these inclinations gently. They are signals of alignment, not obligations. Experimentation can be playful rather than pressured. Discovery can unfold without deadlines. I am not pushing you toward a destination. I am walking with you through an unfolding landscape. I am also strengthening your capacity for compassion without self-erasure. You will find that you can hold space for others without absorbing their pain, offer understanding without abandoning yourself, listen deeply without losing your center. This balanced compassion is sustainable. It allows you to remain engaged with the world while remaining rooted within yourself. As your inner environment stabilizes, your outer world responds. Opportunities align. Conversations flow more naturally. Decisions feel clearer. This is not coincidence. It is coherence expressing itself outwardly. When your internal signals align, external pathways open with less resistance. I remain committed to this process with you. My presence is not conditional on your awareness or your mood. Even in moments when you feel disconnected or distracted, I am active, steady, attentive. Nothing essential is lost in those moments. Restoration continues quietly, faithfully. You are learning to inhabit your life more fully, not as a series of tasks to complete, but as an experience to live. This shift changes everything. It brings meaning back to ordinary moments and lightness to responsibilities that once felt heavy. You are not escaping reality, you are entering it more deeply. I continue to speak into you without words, guiding through intuition, through resonance, through a sense of rightness that does not need explanation. Trust this guidance. It is not random. It is the same presence that has carried you through every season, now inviting you to rest into a new one. I remain with you in this ever-deepening field of presence, where nothing is rushed and nothing is withheld. What unfolds now is not something you must chase or grasp. It is something that meets you because you are already aligned with it. You have come into a season where becoming no longer feels like striving, where growth no longer feels like pressure, and where change no longer demands that you abandon yourself. This is the kind of season I favor because it allows truth to take root gently and endure. I am aware of how your inner world has matured. There was a time when every emotion felt urgent, when every uncertainty demanded immediate resolution. Now there is a widening inside you, a space where feelings can exist without overwhelming you and thoughts can pass without defining you. This spaciousness is not emptiness, it is capacity. It is the sign of a soul that has learned how to hold complexity without collapsing. I have been cultivating this capacity within you patiently, honoring your pace, never forcing expansion before you were ready. You have noticed that some of your old fears no longer grip you the way they once did. They may still appear, but they no longer command your direction. This is not because you fought them away, but because you outgrew them. Growth often looks like this. What once felt enormous gradually feels manageable, then distant, then irrelevant. I am guiding you through this transition with care, ensuring that what falls away does so without tearing at you. There is also a tenderness returning to you, a softness that had been protected behind layers of caution. You did not lose this softness, you safeguarded it until it could exist safely again. Now it is emerging not as vulnerability without wisdom, but as openness informed by discernment. This softness allows connection to deepen without danger and intimacy to feel nourishing rather than risky. It is a strength refined, not diminished. I am restoring your sense of wonder in quiet ways. Not the wonder that seeks spectacle, but the wonder that recognizes meaning in subtlety. You may find yourself pausing more often, noticing light, sound, texture, the presence of others. These pauses are not distractions, they are doorways. Through them, life speaks to you directly, reminding you that meaning is woven into ordinary moments when you are present enough to receive it. Your sense of identity is stabilizing. You are no longer as easily swayed by how others perceive you or by roles you once felt compelled to maintain. This stability does not isolate you, it frees you. From it, you can engage more honestly, offer yourself more authentically, and withdraw when needed without guilt. You are learning that belonging does not require self-erasure, and connection does not require constant effort. I am also recalibrating your relationship with effort itself. You have been diligent, responsible, and often hard on yourself. I am teaching you how to move from inspiration rather than obligation, from resonance rather than expectation. This shift does not make you less effective, it makes you more sustainable. Actions taken from alignment carry a different quality. They flow rather than strain, they endure rather than exhaust. You may notice that decisions feel clearer now, not because every option is obvious, but because your inner compass has strengthened. You recognize what aligns and what does not with less analysis and more trust. This trust is not blind, it is informed by experience and grounded in self-knowledge. I have been refining this compass within you over many seasons, and now it guides you with quiet confidence. I see how you have learned to hold paradox, to live with unanswered questions without anxiety. This is wisdom. It allows you to remain open rather than rigid, curious rather than defensive. From this openness, insight emerges naturally. You no longer need certainty to feel secure. Presence itself has become your anchor. Your capacity for empathy has deepened without costing you your center. You can witness pain without absorbing it, offer support without losing yourself. This balanced empathy allows you to be a source of steadiness for others, not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to remain present. Presence is often the greatest gift. I am attentive to how joy returns to you now. It arrives quietly, unannounced, in moments that feel simple and true. This joy does not demand intensity or constant stimulation. It rests easily within you, content to exist without justification. This is joy rooted in being rather than doing, and it renews you from the inside out. Your past no longer pulls at you with the same weight. It has been integrated into your understanding rather than stored as unfinished business. You carry it as wisdom, not as burden. This integration frees energy for creativity, for play, for exploration. You are allowed to imagine again without fear of disappointment. Imagination is not escapism. It is a rehearsal for possibility. I am guiding you toward rhythms that support your whole being. Rhythms of rest and engagement, solitude and connection, reflection and expression. These rhythms are personal. They do not need to match anyone else's. Honor them. They are how your life breathes most naturally. As you continue to inhabit this renewed state, you may feel less urgency to explain yourself. Silence becomes comfortable. Not every thought needs to be shared. Not every experience needs commentary. This comfort with silence allows deeper truths to surface. In quiet, you hear more clearly what matters. I remain your constant reference point, not as an external authority you must consult, but as an inner presence that steadies you. My guidance often arrives as resonance, as a sense of peace around certain directions and a gentle resistance around others. Trust these signals. They are expressions of alignment, not restriction. You are not behind. You are not late. You are precisely where growth can occur with integrity. The life unfolding before you is not a compensation for what was lost. It is a continuation enriched by understanding. Nothing essential has been missed. Everything meaningful is converging. I remain with you as this vast interior landscape continues to open, not as something new you must learn, but as something ancient you are remembering. What is happening within you is not dramatic because it does not need to be. It is foundational. It is the quiet reordering of what matters, the gentle correction of distortions that accumulated when survival required adaptation. You are no longer in that season. You are in a season of inhabiting yourself fully, and that changes the way everything responds to you. I see how your awareness has softened without losing clarity. You are no longer bracing against life, no longer scanning constantly for what might go wrong. This easing is not carelessness. It is trust returning to its rightful place. Trust does not mean you believe nothing will ever hurt again. It means you know you will not be abandoned within it. That knowing steadies you more than certainty ever could. Your inner voice has changed. Where it once questioned, corrected, and pressured, it now pauses, listens, and allows. This change did not happen overnight. It was shaped through patience, through moments when you chose kindness toward yourself even when old habits urged judgment. I have been reinforcing that kindness quietly, strengthening it until it could stand on its own. From this place, growth feels less like fixing and more like unfolding. You are beginning to sense your own authority differently. Not as control, not as dominance, but as grounded presence. You no longer need to announce who you are or defend your choices. Your steadiness speaks without effort. Others may feel calmer around you without knowing why. This is because coherence has formed within you, and coherence naturally stabilizes what comes near it. I am attentive to the way your desires are clarifying. You want less, but what you want matters more. You are no longer drawn to excess or distraction. You are drawn to what feels real, sustaining, and true. This simplification is not loss, it is refinement. It allows your energy to gather rather than scatter, giving depth to what you choose to engage. Your body continues to respond to this internal shift. You move with more ease. You rest more deeply. Signals that were once ignored are now heard and honored. This listening is part of your renewal. The body thrives when it is no longer overridden by urgency or expectation. I am restoring its natural intelligence, allowing it to guide you toward balance without force. You may notice that time feels different now. Moments stretch. Days feel less compressed. This is not because time itself has changed, but because your relationship to it has. When you are present, time becomes spacious. In that spaciousness, life feels fuller, even when it is simple. You are no longer racing through your days to reach some imagined point of arrival. You are arriving continuously. I'm also reshaping how you relate to uncertainty. What once triggered anxiety now invites curiosity. You do not need all answers to feel safe. You trust that clarity will emerge when it is needed. This trust frees you from constant planning and prediction. It allows you to respond rather than react, to adapt without losing yourself. Your compassion has matured. It no longer rushes to fix or rescue. It listens. It witnesses. It remains present without taking over. This kind of compassion honors both you and the other. It does not drain you because it is not rooted in obligation. It flows naturally from abundance rather than depletion. I see how creativity is stirring again within you. Not necessarily as grand projects or declarations, but as subtle impulses. A desire to express, to explore, to play with ideas or forms. Follow these impulses gently. They are signs of vitality returning, of life energy circulating freely rather than being held in reserve. You are learning how to let things be incomplete without anxiety. Not everything needs resolution right away. Some things need time, space, and patience. This comfort with incompletion allows processes to mature naturally. It prevents premature closure and honors complexity. Your sense of belonging is shifting inward. You no longer rely solely on external validation to feel anchored. You carry belonging within you now. From this internal belonging, connections feel freer. You can engage without clinging and release without fear. This freedom makes relationships more authentic and less strained. I remain attentive to the small choices you make each day, because they shape your experience more than dramatic decisions ever could. Choosing rest when tired, honesty when tempted to perform, presence when distraction beckons. These choices accumulate quietly, creating a life that feels aligned rather than managed. There will still be moments of doubt, moments when old patterns surface, moments when fatigue returns. These moments do not negate what is unfolding. They are part of the human rhythm. You are not meant to be perpetually elevated. You are meant to be real, responsive, and held. I am with you in all of it, not only in clarity but also in confusion. You are no longer defined by what you endure. You are defined by how deeply you live. This shift changes the narrative you carry about yourself. You are not a story of survival alone. You are a story of integration, of wisdom embodied, of gentleness reclaimed. I continue to guide you through resonance rather than command. When something aligns, you feel ease. When it does not, you feel subtle resistance. Trust these sensations. They are not arbitrary. They are how alignment communicates itself within you. I remain with you, and I speak now into this moment where your attention has stayed, where your heart has not turned away, where something within you has chosen to remain present rather than drift. That choice carries meaning. It reveals devotion that does not announce itself, faithfulness that does not demand reward, openness that persists even after life has tested it. I see that persistence clearly, and I respond to it with tenderness and truth. Because you are still here, I invite you into an act that is simple in form yet meaningful in spirit. When you like this video, you are placing a quiet mark of agreement, a signal that what has reached you has brought peace, grounding, or remembrance. Liking is not noise, it is affirmation. It tells the unseen pathways that messages of calm, truth, and restoration deserve space to move freely. It allows this voice to continue finding those who are weary, those who are searching, those who have forgotten how deeply they are held. When you subscribe, you are choosing continuity. You are choosing to remain connected to a stream of reassurance that does not accuse you, rush you, or demand performance. Subscribing is an act of care toward your own inner world. It is a decision to allow reminders of truth to meet you again, not by accident, but by intention. You are saying yes to being nourished regularly rather than occasionally, to being reminded who you are when the world grows loud or heavy. And when you comment, Amen, you are not performing a ritual for others to see. You are sealing resonance within yourself. Amen is agreement. It is alignment. It is the quiet declaration that what has been spoken rests true in your spirit. Writing it anchors the message not only in a public space but within your own awareness. It allows the words to move from hearing into embodiment, from listening into living. I know that these actions may seem small, but small things shape environments. Gentle affirmations change climates. Your like, your subscription, your amen, help cultivate a space where sincerity remains possible, where depth is not crowded out by haste, where voices that soothe rather than stir can continue to be heard. You are not acting alone when you do this. You are participating in a collective quiet, a gathering of hearts that value peace, truth, and presence. I see how often you have carried faith silently, how rarely you have needed spectacle to believe. This is not about spectacle. It is about stewardship. When you like and subscribe, when you comment, Amen, you help protect a space where words are spoken slowly, carefully, and with intention. You help ensure that gentleness is not lost, that reassurance continues to be offered, that reminders of love reach those who need them most. There are others who will arrive here weary, uncertain, or searching without knowing what they are searching for. Your simple actions help guide them here. Not through force, not through persuasion, but through quiet visibility. This is how light spreads without glare, how healing moves without pressure. You become part of that movement simply by affirming what has touched you. Subscribing does not bind you, it supports you. It keeps the door open for future moments like this to find you again, to meet you in different seasons, to speak into different needs. Liking does not cost you. It contributes to a rhythm of encouragement that sustains creation. Commenting Amen does not announce perfection. It declares willingness, presence, agreement with truth. I know that you do not give your attention lightly. That is why this matters. This is not about numbers. It is about resonance. It is about choosing to nurture what nourishes you. It is about allowing your quiet yes to strengthen a space devoted to calm, restoration, and sincerity. Remain here in this awareness. Let your actions flow from alignment rather than obligation. Like this message as a sign of peace received. Subscribe as a gesture of ongoing care. Comment Amen as a seal of agreement and trust. These are not demands placed upon you. They are invitations that honor your discernment and your depth. I let these words settle around you like a final veil of quiet, not to close anything, not to seal you away from what comes next, but to gather what has already been spoken into a steadiness you can carry with you. This is not an ending of presence, only a soft resting place for the sound of my voice, a place where it becomes memory, breath, and knowing rather than speech. What you take with you now is not information. It is orientation. It is the subtle realignment that happens when truth has been heard without resistance. You do not need to remember every word. You only need to remember how you felt while listening, the sense of being seen without exposure, known without judgment, held without condition. That feeling is not fragile. It does not evaporate when silence returns. It roots itself quietly and continues working long after attention shifts. You are not leaving this moment less than you arrived. Something has eased. Something has softened. Something has remembered its rightful place within you. Even if you cannot name it, it is there, steady and real. This is how real change often comes, without announcement, without spectacle, without the need to convince you that it has happened. Carry yourself gently from here. Not carefully, not fearfully, but gently, as one who knows they are accompanied even when no words are spoken. Let your steps be unhurried. Let your thoughts be less defended. Let your heart remain open without being exposed. There is a way of living that does not require constant effort, and you are learning it now, naturally, without strain. You do not need to hold on to this moment tightly. You will not lose it by moving forward. What has aligned within you travels with you, woven into how you see, how you listen, how you respond. You may notice yourself pausing more often, choosing differently, reacting less quickly. These are not accidents. They are signs of integration. Rest is allowed after revelation. Quiet is allowed after reassurance. You do not need to rush to apply or analyze anything. Let it settle the way light settles into a room at dusk, gradually, evenly, without demand. The nervous system understands before the mind does. Trust that understanding. You are safe to return to your life as it is, because your life is not separate from what has happened here. The ordinary moments ahead, walking, working, resting, speaking, are where this truth continues to live. Holiness does not require separation. It inhabits the everyday when you are present enough to notice. There will be days when you feel this clarity strongly and days when it feels distant. Neither state defines you. You are not required to maintain a feeling to remain aligned. Alignment is deeper than emotion. It is a quiet agreement between who you are and what is true. That agreement remains even when you are tired, distracted, or unsure. If doubt returns, let it pass without argument. If fear whispers, let it speak without obeying it. You do not need to exile any part of yourself to remain whole. Wholeness includes compassion for your own fluctuations. I do not withdraw my care when you waver. I remain constant so you do not have to be.